Yes, yes, y'all. Another Sunday is upon us. It's your dude, KILLcRey. Chris sees the internet. 7 p.m. right here, PlatformCollection on YouTube. You can catch us sporadically throughout the net, though. I think we're streaming right now on Facebook. We're streaming on Twitter. Twitter is dope because it doesn't even really drop out much. So Twitter, we're over on what is the other? The Twitches.
Twitch,
we're on all those good things, man. But right off the bat, let's get a nice good boo for OG Hip Hop Eddie.
Already?
Yeah. I mean, how could you? Eddie starts talking during the intro when we're quiet on the set, and he's like, "Oh, anyways, guys, this is what I did this weekend." And
I thought we were there, man.
I know you guys are going to be excited though today. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. What is this show? Well, it's from the eyes of underground hip hop artists, myself being one of those. OG Hip Hop Eddie, founder of PlatformCollection, longtime manager of myself and many other artists. We're joined today by our special guest, 1/3 of the Invisible Ponchos, Mr. Gene Flo, producer extraordinaire. You might know him from Beat Block TV. He's going to be sitting in as the house band tonight.
Oh, thank you.
All of us had quite a night last night, a great night. The Invisible Ponchos played in San Diego. They made their San Diego debut.
Yes.
And it was amazing. Shout out to Art Unites. Shout out to all the people that came through. So much love in the room.
Thank you.
And it was for a really good cause. We performed for an event that brought awareness to mental health. And hey, do you guys remember the other? They were saying this other. There's another. It was mental health, or do you remember what it was? They were saying I got to remember what it was because they were describing mental health in two different ways, and it was the first time I had heard that. I had never heard that. It was another way of talking about it. But anyways, we were doing it for this super dope event, bringing awareness to mental health and people who struggle with those things. We are all kind of in that same boat on some level. Everybody on the PlatformCollection team, unfortunately, has some mental stuff going. But we come together and try to fix those things. And last night, we wanted to bring our energy to the community and really meet the community. And so we went and did that. And it went amazing. Shout out to Parker Edison, who joined us on stage. If you haven't caught the Invisible Ponchos on stage live, oh man, you're missing out, y'all.
Missing out tons.
But we're just getting started, though. As Gene said last night, the season has begun. Last night was the kickoff to our live performance season. Catch Invisible Ponchos in a city when they come near. Catch them when they go far. It'll be worth it either way. But we had Parker Edison join us on stage last night to narrate the show. And I'm not going to give away too much. We're going to be releasing some videos over the next few weeks. But the big thing is, if you come to a Poncho show, nobody's just standing there and rapping and walking back and forth. That's not that's bad. We just don't do that. We always try to come with some sort of show. And for instance, last night we had a narrator do our show. So hopefully you'll be at the next one and you can kind of see what we mean. But in the meantime and in between time, shout out to Art Unites who threw that event. Thank you for having us in the PlatformCollection team. If this is your first time tuning in, this is not the only show on the network. We have many shows on the network. The Heartful Truth is on the network. We also have Beat Block TV on the network. If you're producers, come through to that. All producer radio. It gets super lit. Hosted by our house band tonight, Gene Flo. We also, if you're into that audio format, anywhere podcasts are found, the Parker Edison Project, you can find that. Build your brain up. Get that culture growing inside you, deep inside you, through the Parker Edison Project. Amazing podcast. It's an audio experience. I can't even really say podcast. It's an audio experience. And
what
it's
an experience.
It's like if
Classes in session.
it's like if a college course, a mixtape, and a TED Talk all had sex. Ooh. Boom, Parker Edison Project. Amazing. And we got a new podcast coming. Is it safe to say it? It's pretty much kind of no, it's not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Well, we got another podcast coming.
Yes.
Coming
from the greater LA area.
Coming from out of LA.
Yes.
Out of LA. LA stand up. LA is going to be in the house representing a brand out of LA that many of you might know. Some of you might be hearing for the first time, but you'll be seeing soon right here on Platform Collection. As we add on to the podcast arena, I also want to give a big shout out. We're also in collaboration with some podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're growing podcasts. So I want a big shout out to Vita Kills, the homegirl Vita Kills. If you don't know about Vita Kills, let me see. How did I meet Vita? I met Vita through Bonnie Blue, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we've just kind of kept in touch over the years. And Vita is a creative. If you don't know about Vita Kills, Google her. She'll come up amazing MC. She's a rapper. But she's also an amazing person and a person who's diving really deep into the minds of artists. And she's covering the topic of mental health as well. And her podcast is now being represented by Platform Collection. It's called The Podcast About People.
Right.
You can go to @the podcast about people and tell her that Platform Collection sent you. They just launched their Instagram, so it's just up now, and it is in partnership with Platform Collection. How you like us now, y'all?
They like us, man. They like us.
We're in LA. We're in SD. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this. I think it's safe to say Eddie over here from Platform Collection, this motherfucker, he's always kind of in market for new podcasts. So that being
always
said,
in.
right? That being said, Eddie, true or not, we probably need hold on, let me fix your camera. Why are you guys all crooked? Oh, there you go. We need more material on the network, right? We're always looking for more material. So if you have a podcast or you have a podcast idea, let's go through the checkpoints that you're going to need if you want to be represented by Platform Collection or add it to the Platform Collection network. Here's the thing. You're going to need to be consistent. We're not looking for one and done. It's not that we're not looking for limited series. We'll do limited series, but we need to know ahead of time that it's going to be a limited series. It can't be a podcast that develops into a limited series.
Yeah,
because we can do that on our own. We'll start shows and not finish them on our own. We don't need more people to do that.
Yeah, we can help those ourselves with that.
Yeah, so what we need from y'all, though, if you're trying to join the network, is send in the idea. Maybe you're already doing the podcast. Send us in some links. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know how you can contribute to the network. So you know, we cover all topics, but do not get it twisted. We speak the language of hip hop here. So we're from that base and then we grow out.
Right.
And it's important to us that we bring new ideas and stuff to our community anyways. So we're always looking for diverse people of different backgrounds and experience, by the way. Trust me, there are people who've been in this game for a long time who've tried to start podcasts and it doesn't work out. I've seen people who've started from scratch, from nothing, and they're going strong. So I'm not so much on the experience. I'm more on your work ethic. If you can complete a podcast, if you can get yourself on a schedule, if it can be something professionally done that Platform Collection can represent, then what happens if we say, yes, we want your podcast? Well, this is what happens. You join our network and we as a team will try to help grow your podcast. And that's pretty much it. And the people that fuck with us and the shows that fuck with us, that's what we're doing. We're just trying to grow each other. We're trying to grow all of our networks. And Platform Collection has a pretty good network. And so we're willing to share that with the right people and the people that want to work hard and do what we do. For instance, the three of us have been working since Wednesday-ish, nonstop.
Definitely.
Nonstop. We just came from a photo shoot today for the podcast
Yeah.
on the network.
Got something to eat, and here we go. Podcast.
So if you're willing to work, it'd be worth it. It's worth it for you because you get a lot out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get a lot out of it, and we got amazing people and an amazing team, and it's why people keep joining the network. In case you were wondering, now you know. info@platformcollection.com. Hell, you can hit us platformcollection@gmail.com or OG Hip Hop Eddie or Hip Hop Eddie
at gmail.com.
rather Hip Hop Eddie @gmail.com and send in your podcast ideas.
Or questions too.
Or questions or whatever you want to do. Let us know. Maybe you're thinking about doing a podcast. But I'm always open for dope ideas. I know Eddie is.
Yep, I'm always.
Get creative. Let us hear. And especially if you're from the cities that we're not in. San Diego, Los Angeles, Orange County. We're in those areas a lot. If you're not from any of those cities, send us in.
Yeah.
Let's find out about your network. Let's find out about your scene. And you can be the person that breaks your scene.
Mm-hmm.
So send us your podcast demos.
And not only nationally, internationally.
Internationally.
We do it all.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Why?
We've had people from overseas on this show.
Yep.
And tonight, though, back to the business at hand.
Let them know, yes.
Here's one of the things we do. And Gene can attest for this. Gene, we know how to pick them.
We know how to pick them.
We know how to pick them. And tonight is like all other nights when you're here on Platform Collection. We know how to pick them. We're going to be joined by two high bar MCs.
Yeah.
Way up there.
Super
Way
high.
up there.
Barbarians.
Barbarians. So, I'd be failing if I didn't say that today is the rapper's rapper show.
Mm-hmm.
Because the homie Kahlee is on. He's on another streak, by the way.
Yes.
In case people aren't aware, my man is dropping a video every week. Right? Is it every week?
Yeah, I think
Bars
so.
weekly.
Yeah.
Bars weekly till the end of the year. And this is not the first time he's done this.
Mm-mm.
This is his second go at it. So again, we're talking about high level working here.
And he's good at it. He's great, man.
He's great at it. And so you're going to be able to pick his brain. He runs a brand called Bars Weekly.
Mm-hmm.
And STHE State of Mind. So if you're in the San Diego or Southern California area, this is the guy you need to tune in with. You need to get him playing your music on his show. He has a show as well, Bars Weekly. So Kahlee's going to be coming up when? What time, Eddie?
We got him at 7:30 and Mike at 8:15.
Yeah, and then we have the return of Mike Bless. Last time we had some technical difficulties, and we were all bummed because we were like, man, I really wanted to have Mike on. But Zoom doesn't work all the time like you want it to.
It has its moments.
It has its moments, which is why I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're starting to think of not going live for this show. But if that does happen, if we stop going live with Chrissy's The Internet, what you're going to get in the meanwhile is an amazingly produced, segmented shows.
Yep.
Because we said if we stop going live, then we need to take the show up a level. So we're going to start bringing you live our performances, music videos, on location reports. We're going to expand the Chrissy's The Internet team and bring in correspondents from different cities. We got some plans, y'all. Chrissy's The Internet has not stopped growing. Trust me. We're about to go up another level. But yeah, live isn't always cool.
Yep.
And
It has its hiccups.
yeah, it does. And the last time we were on, Mike Bless couldn't get on, but today he can get on.
Yep.
So we're gonna have the homie Mike Bless joining us.
Mhm.
Yeah, what time?
He'll be 8:15, about an hour, but we got Kahlee.
Okay,
In the
so we
next
got
12
Kahlee
minutes.
coming up at 7:30 and Mike Bless
8:15.
8:15. Booyah, man. So how's your week been? Oh well, you've been with me mostly all week, so
It's been a busy week, but it has been a great one. Very blessed of everything that has happened, within individuals and within the company, So
yeah.
everybody's growing, everybody's trying to get to that next step and push themselves to be better in whoever they are and what they want to do, and just make their
Mark.
path more clear. Yeah. So very proud of our team, very proud of everybody and everybody that works with us, man.
I like it, man. I like it. Yeah, I'm in full agreement. Everything's been going really, really cool. Yeah, it feels like I definitely feel like we have started a season though.
Yes.
I feel like we're because the team is at full force, all cylinders running. Right?
Merch table on point yesterday, bro. On point.
I mean, let's be honest here. We haven't always had the best merch tables over the years.
Yes, agreeable.
And that's probably an understatement. But we have a great one now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You'll see pictures.
It's like a carnival.
Yeah,
it's like a carnival at our booth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You never know what you're gonna get. You're gonna spin a wheel. Yeah. You're gonna see art, sculptures, T-shirts, stickers, everything,
and
music.
A little more extra to come soon.
Yeah, and a bunch more stuff coming. We got a bunch of cool merch coming. Plus, the Chris Sees the Internet T-shirt drop coming very soon. We're doing it before summer. We're going to be giving away some of those T-shirts. The first ones off the press are going to our fans, the people who've been supporting the show from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Thank you. That's them. We're giving it to them. Mm-hmm. And they'll get the first T-shirt. So, guys, look out for that. Chris Sees the Internet. You definitely must be subscribed. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you that much. You must be subscribed. You must have the alerts on because we're going to be going through our subscriber list and then passing out brand new Chris Sees the Internet T-shirts.
Oh, that's exciting, man.
You want them?
Can I get one?
No.
What? But
no.
But I'm
absolutely
sitting right here.
I mean, you guys are wearing merch right now, for God's sakes. Oh, yeah. Both of these guys have gone into the merch closet.
I put a note in there.
That's what happens at Platform Collection. Occasionally, people wander into the merch closet, come out with full clothes for the rest of the week.
I mean, it is quite fire.
I mean, it's fire, though.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, if you need yourself an Invisible Ponchos T-shirt, let's keep it real G here. Just hit any of us up. Any three of us, any one of the three of us, hit us up. DM us and be like, yo, how do I cop one of those shirts? And then we'll let you know.
This model is wearing a size XL.
That's an XL, you know?
And then I'm
they're a little big to size, right? I think they're a little big to size.
I'm a medium here.
And I'm also wearing an undershirt, which makes it a little bit,
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. That feels comfortable. Or looks comfortable.
Eddie, you're looking pretty svelte in your shirt. Is that because it's a medium?
It's a medium with a high, capital M.
Okay. And let me see yours. Let them see that. Let them see the blue. Oh yeah. So we got the blue, we got the black and white. Eddie is sticking in his stomach, just so you know, he doesn't actually look like that.
I mean, he showed up for the gun show last night.
He did.
Showing up again today.
But we got that gear. We also got I Take Hip Hop personal shirts from Platform Collection. If you want one of those shirts, if you've seen that logo. And those are going to be the only ones we run like that. After the next run of Platform Collection shirts are going to be a different design.
Yep.
So get those.
Come get your collection.
Get those while you can.
Get your Heartful Truth shirt.
We got those T-shirts on deck. But you can always jump online and at the store. My store, you can go to KILLcRey store, pick up whatever.
There's many shirts.
And thank you to the people who have done that already. Mm-hmm. You guys are super dope. We love it when you guys love the stuff that we do. It makes us know that we're going in the right direction. And it always helps to hear from you guys. So thank you guys so much. You guys have had a lot of kind words over these last few weeks. We've heard some really cool things about the company in general.
Yes.
And
thank you. Yes.
I'm never not appreciative of that. And it's still weird for me. We talk about this a lot in the team. There's a part that's wrong with my brain, and I'm trying to take love a little bit better. So I'm taking the love. I like it. Thank you.
There was a lot of love last night.
Still feels a little weird, but thank you. And we're going to keep growing this. And everyone who's taken part, too, the artists who come through and share their stories with you. Like we've said, we feel like they're just as much a part of our team as we are, and we love the fact that they come and share their stories. So we're going to get into it with Kahlee and Mike Bles tonight. Mm-hmm. So if you're in the chat room, or if you're ever watching future shows, or if you're watching this right now on the recorded version or listening to it, and you have a question for Mike Bles or Kahlee, you can still send it in, because I will literally send it to them, get an answer for you. You'll tune in the next episode and be like, yo, I wonder if they're going to read the question, and I will.
Yeah, we'll have an answer for you.
It's amazing. It's amazing the way that works. This is like real. I can I can touch you guys right through the screen. Here, put your finger right there.
No,
Do it.
I'm kind of feeling it.
Do it.
Ooh.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to keep it real. Look, we've made a decision at Platform Collection. We're independent. We're always going to be independent. It's the way we work. It's the way we work best. The stuff we make is independent.
Mm-hmm.
So why follow any of the rules that aren't independent? So we can keep this discussion going with us,
Right.
us and you guys, us and the fans, us and the supporters, us and the fam. We can always continue that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that we just want you guys to tune in and watch. That's not why I do this. I wouldn't interview a bunch of people if that's why I did this. I want to hear from y'all. So please drop us a line. Let us know what you think of the show. So you can always send in video too. If you want to get on the show, send in video.
Mm-hmm.
Please be wearing clothes.
Please. Oh, yes. You must watch.
I know what you're thinking. Well, that's weird to say, but really, if you saw our inbox, you wouldn't say that was weird to say.
It's not weird to say.
So please be wearing clothes, and we'll play you back. And you can have a question. You can just make a statement. You could be on here like, yo, I love hip hop. And you can get us those videos in all the ways I said before. You can DM Gene Flo. You can DM OG Hip Hop Eddie. You can DM myself. Anybody on the team, send them in. Let them know where you want them to go. Which show. We got a bunch of shows. And it's on and popping.
Many shows. So
Man.
excited, man. Hey, man, how did you feel about, or today, like waking up? Because I know the last, when you do shows, sometimes the next day could be a little draining.
The crash. Yeah. So
was
I've been
today, man?
microdosing, allegedly, psilocybin. And it helps definitely. What Eddie's referring to is they often call it the after show drop off or the after show depression. A lot of times when artists or performers perform, the very next day and the subsequent weeks between shows, you can hit a low. And I know that might sound like depression talk or mental health talk, but that's let's just put it in perspective. If you've been practicing, like me and Gene Flo have been rehearsing for like a month for this show because we had a relatively longer show than normal. We had a lot of points we had to hit in the show. There was a lot of stuff choreographed, and when you finally let that out, it's such a buzz and it's such a high, especially if it goes well like it went last night. The very next day seems very low. That can happen. But today I think we kind of blocked it though because we all kind of hung out. We made a point to all get together the next day.
Yeah.
And that helps for me anyways. And that I'm conscious of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm conscious that I know that happens. So I don't just let it happen to me anymore.
Right. Oh,
I try to do other stuff. Like tomorrow I'm going for a hike. And then we're back in the studio. Me and Gene Flo are back in the studio tomorrow. Where we're going to be back to business at hand. Because I think we have our set down to tour now. That's what we've been spending the last few months on is getting a good touring set down. But now, and I guess I can announce it right now, myself and Gene Flo are going to finally release a record as the Invisible Ponchos. And we're going to be doing that with our homies over at the Secret Saviors of Underground Hip Hop.
Yes.
And we're super honored to be doing that. It's going to be our first audio NFT. At this moment, we're playing with the idea of about 8 tracks exclusive to the NFTs. And of course, you'll get all the video stuff like we always do. We love to make videos to accompany the music. But yeah, that is what's going to happen. So you heard it here first. Shout out to Secret Saviors of Underground Hip Hop.
Thank you. Yes, dope.
If you're not involved with that, first of all, why? What's wrong with you?
Where you been?
Yeah, you don't like money. But also, you don't like community. It's an amazing community, especially if you're a fan of underground hip hop.
Right.
Secret Saviors is assuring, it's assuring the life of underground hip hop. It's assuring that it will never die. and that's an amazing thing to us, and it's an amazing thing for us to be involved in. And I think that it's going to be really special. It's going to be really special. So me and Gene are in the studio currently recording that album. And I'm gonna tell you like this, for the most part, I mean, me and Gene pretty much almost have the whole record like mapped out.
Yep.
Because as soon as we started thinking of the idea, Gene hit the studio, send me over banger after banger after banger, and I started recording. And what do you know? What do you know? We got a record for you guys, and it's going to be amazing. You feel the same, Gene?
100%.
Yeah. Man of many words.
Yeah. See it. Yes.
But he's in the
But
studio.
thank you for Craig, man. Craig is a great person.
Long hair
he had-
5150.
long-
Shout out to you, my
Yes,
friend.
man. He has
Just-
opened many doors.
Let me tell. I'm trying to put it in perspective for us. If you're watching this for the first time, or you don't know us that well, or maybe you don't know what NFTs or secret saviors are, I can tell you it is. It's an honor for us to be included in this. To know that we'll have an NFT that will live forever, and to just be in the company of the other secret saviors of underground hip hop. I mean, that alone is. I know me and Gene and Eddie have talked about it. You know, just as artists, it's stuff you kind of like. You know, you don't ever really know if stuff like that will happen.
Right.
And the fact that our first Invisible Ponchos release will be released with Secret Saviors is fire. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
So I think we're gonna have Kahlee coming up right now. Let's get the Zoom. I'm gonna get the Zoom ready, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, clear your tables. Send your kids to sleep. You know what I mean? Especially if they're not good at lifting stuff like bars, lifting heavy bars. Send them to sleep. Because we're going to get our grown man on.
Yes.
Because tonight is not only a rapper show, it's a grown man show. Talking grown man business.
Definitely, yeah.
Both these guys are not playing around. Kahlee, Mike Bles. So I'm going to work on the Zoom here. And let me see if I can get...
Yeah, he says he should be on already. He's on there.
Yeah, he's going to be coming on in a sec. Let's get I want to play back Bars Weekly. This is the series that Kahlee is doing. Once again, this is not his first go around, by the way, that he's doing this again. And that's amazing. And what we were talking about earlier about putting in the work and actually taking your craft into a professional manner.
Right.
It takes consistency. And I mean, I gotta say it, my dude is kind of showing out with this one because he's showing you can be super consistent, or that he can be super consistent. And not only that, high level bars.
Yes.
High
Super
level.
high.
I said up here, high level bars. Peep game.
It's a practical joke, throwing tomatoes. Murphy's Law.
Hold up. Hold up.
Hold
up. Wheel up. You because I'm pretty sure the first three bars already went over your head. So I just did that for you so that you can now concentrate. Concentrate, chat room. Concentrate.
3, 2, 1, action.
Yeah. The band is scarred, strangled, triangle, choked, the flag mangled. This a practical joke, throwing tomatoes. Murphy's Law, wear a raincoat. Skeptical of the horns and the halo. Snakes will backstab they soulmates for pesos. This the evil men do. Sharpen tools for the garden that I tend to. The eagles poison apples on the menu. Repeat mantras, dodge imposters, trying to posture and offend you. But stand firm, they trying to learn how much they will that you gon' bend to. This more than bars and instrumentals, life coaching at its finest. Motivation for the mindless, service animals for blindness, crown jewels for your highness. Every man and woman royal in their kingdom. Next eliminate that shady in between them. Shells dropping like machine gun funk, big and notorious. The frogs will fall victims to the scorpions. The winners of the wars are the historians. But who could tell the difference from a distance? Who's the losers and the glorious? Victorious. It's just a page of life's handbook where highlighted lines don't apply the same for you it does for mine. Salivating at the sounds of bell chimes. Pavlov's law of control, breaking molds. For my progress tenfold, they're in a hole. Keep my focus on the goal. Clarity and murky water, balance, power, mighty dial, and the life of honor. The old school alma mater. Life lessons from a husband/father. If you came for drug bars, then don't bother.
Ooh, shut your mouth.
Yes.
Shut your mouth. Whack rappers. Shut your mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be bringing on the homie Kahlee, so I need you all to I need people to make some noise. I know that. And I need you to all follow Bars Weekly. On 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, Kahlee, man. What it do, my B? What up, G?
What's up?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Let me see here.
Hey, how's it going? Excuse me. My name's Kahlee.
Yeah.
Just come over here just for a second. It'll be real quick. I promise you.
That's just the leak, though, right?
Just got a couple
Yeah,
words.
take that down. We can't do that.
That's that new.
You don't get none of that. Kahlee, man, welcome to the show, dude. Thank you so much for joining. Well overdue. Let's keep it real, bro. I got a message from you maybe less than a month ago now, and you're like, yo, man, I'm getting back out there. Book me for whatever's out there, anything, whatever. What talk to us about that, man, because for people who don't know, because some people don't, to me, you haven't gone anywhere. Like, I've been seeing you weekly for a long time now. So is this you making like a conscious decision to get back in?
Nobody listen to this guy. I'm a completely new rapper.
Okay.
I'm like, my birthday's coming up soon. I'm about to hit 20s, late
20s, yeah. You could tell.
Don't worry about
you
that.
could tell.
Completely new guy. Hi. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, turning it up a little bit, working on the music, being super creative and loving the shit that I'm making. And like you said, man, I'm just ready to start doing shows again now that it seems to be less, I know some people was just like down to get coughed on and sneezed on and people spitting their mouth from the beginning. But to me,
it was rough out there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I went and got it fixed a couple times, but other than that, like, it feels good to be able to go out and I feel safe. Like, it's more my fam, you know what I mean? I can't just be going out there and around a million people be spitting in your face, but it's okay because that's the homie you ain't seen in 2 years. And just like, y'all just, but anyway, I digress. Basically, man, it feels good to be back and just kind of putting the bat signal out there and shit. And got a lot of stuff. I'm very excited for this year, man. Very excited.
Okay,
I'm excited to see y'all. I almost came and seen y'all a little while ago. I was chopping it with Raj, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna talk to them in a couple hours. I don't want to, you know what I mean, hang out with y'all before and then have the interview. I'd rather just come and holler at you here and shit.
That's what's up, man.
No.
Yeah, man, it's great to see you. I hope the family's doing well. Do you talk to us about what's coming up, or can you talk? Are you open to talk what's coming up? Okay, cool. So talk to us about what's coming up, or talk to us about the Bars Weekly first. Explain to people who might not know what that is. Let them know what that is, because you're on 19 right now. I think 19 or 20. Is it?
I think 19, but definitely around there. This is, like you said, the second time around a few years back before Hip Hop Weds started this acapella shit just to kind of put out consistent bars. Did that about half a year through. I was just like, what am I going to do with this? And you and I were doing Proof of Life Radio.
Yep.
And I was just like, you had so much on your plate. You stepped back and you're like, basically it's yours. And I'm just like, okay, well, if it's mine, opportunities come together and things like that. And I was like, this should be Bars Weekly. And then I got the opportunity to be on Delicious Vinyl, did that. So then it became a radio show. When I finished up the year dropping bars, shout out my man, Mighty Muds, just jumped into something new. Continued to put out music. But then when I started doing the Hip Hop Weds, I stopped working on music altogether. And then now that that's over, got back into the music. Fucking pandemic came, just started writing like a beast and shit, working on a bunch of stuff, and then wanted to do Bars Weekly again. So here we are. So it's just acapella bars. Some of it's unreleased, some of it's shit that you might have missed. Maybe a lot of people hit me with it and like, yo, that was dope. When's that coming out? I'm like, it's on this. I actually heard it. But what I noticed is, with the acapella shit, And especially, I'm not just rapping with no beat, you know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
trying to kick it like with a different kind of flow, you know, kind of spoken word vibe a lot of times. And they really hearing the bars differently. Because, you know, I be coming with different types of bars that most people come with. And they really get it. Like a lot of, I'm surprised family and friends be getting it too. Like people that don't even really listen to hip hop, like I think taking the beat out sometimes and really talking to them instead of just rapping at them, they hearing that shit. So it's been cool. It's crazy. It's really
what do you credit, like, because this is your second time around, because you did 52 weeks before already, right? Yeah, so he did 52 weeks. This is the second time around. And I do feel like, just as an observer, I do feel like that there's even more buzz to this time around. What do you think that's just a culmination of all the stuff you have done and now that it's kind of just paying off, or do you credit it to something specific?
You know, I mean, that's got to be a factor, right? But I have no clue, fam. Like, you know, the way it feels right now, especially over the last like month, it feels like my muscle memory kicking in. Cause you know, like you said, man, I've been doing this for a long ass time, bro. And I've been consistent, but then I'm always changing and doing something different, putting my attention here. You know, I got a million things on my plate. And then when I started doing music again and consistently releasing stuff, I just see like a growth, and it's catching up real fast. So some people think I'm a new artist, which I'm totally okay with.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
But at the same time, I notice, even though it's crazy because my numbers of views aren't really going up, but I look at who's watching my shit. I look at stats as best as I can. I'm like crunching the data, and I'm seeing different people that I don't know, some people that I do know from my feed that never see or comment on my shit are like commenting or interacting. I'm out here like engaged. Like I'll go through my friends list or people I follow. That was mad MySpace of me. I go through people I follow and people that follow me, and but I never see them. And I go and I'll just like comment on a couple of their posts, and I try to be consistent on doing different people that I follow though, not just like strangers, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I'm like trying to fuck with the algorithm so that I'm seeing different people and I'm popping up on their shit. Because once they engage with me, or I send them a DM and they DM me back, now my shit popping up in their feed more.
Right.
So the numbers are not necessarily growing so big, but at the same time, I'm seeing the rotation of people and different people from different places. Like it's just interesting, man. I'm just loving it. It does feel different, man. It feels like shit's happening right now.
I mean, the way I would describe it too, and this is like something I think, you know, if you haven't been doing it for as long, you know, as we've been doing it, you can miss this part of it. Like, cause I think people think that it's a direct line from putting out content to growth of audience, when it really goes putting out content, growth of awareness, and then growth of an audience. And I think you have like that, you have awareness now. And I think that's what it is that I hate to sound cliche, but I don't think there is a better way to describe it. There is a difference between who knows what you're doing, and you understand what I'm saying? Like there's a level of the right people know, you know what I mean? Or the things that are going to get you more opportunities know, or you're being brought up in circles where that whole circle is a very professional circle. It's a level up, right? And they see you included in that. I think that has more to do with work. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you can get that any other way. I'm not really sure you can. Because I've seen people try to like, I mean, you know, we've seen through the years people pay for fans, or not fans. They pay for the numbers because the fans don't come that way. But right, and you know that dips off if you don't keep injecting the steroid in. You start to get smaller again. Like that's just what happens. But that's not what's happening with you though. It's more of a gradual up. You know what I mean? Like and you can see it.
I feel like it's like cats who go out and they're mad overweight and they get surgery and they gain the weight back real fast because they ain't put in the work to like work on their diet, work on their way of living and change their lifestyle and things like that. So they couldn't keep the weight off, you know what I mean? And it's like, even though I wasn't putting out music, I've been consistently working on things that are all integrated with each other. It's kind of like things are just starting to click, bro. Like all the things that I've been doing over the years seem to be clicking. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy. Some homies that I used to rock with back in the day have been reconnected with me it really seems kind of magic sometimes, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
a good month, man. Like, I've been pretty unenthused over the last year, and over this past month, it's just been cool. Went out to Phoenix. Remember, we used to go out to Phoenix a lot. And
Mhm.
went out to shout out Trill, shout out the homeboy Fact. He got me on this show, and it was a big show. Merce, Terminology, bunch of people. It was dope. But also just being there in the vibe, I kind of feel like I felt when I was young, just starting to rap, bro.
Yeah.
I like have a fire in me that I ain't felt in a long time, bro. It's pretty dope.
Let me ask you about that, man, because you are not alone on that. I've talked to a lot of our peers that, that we've seen and grown with throughout the years, right? And I would say, I venture to say 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, a lot of those artists were talking, it's over. I had my run, and they were looking for other things to do, where it seems now like 5 years later, the game has changed a lot. And I wanted to ask your opinion on this specifically because you've been able to observe this as well. Like, there is something about hip hop growing up right now that is affecting the older artists as well. And it seems like it's giving people a place again. You know what I mean? Where it seemed we went through this little stint of like trendy shit. You know what I mean? Like and that's, that's always geared age wise, because that's what the industry does. The industry gears it age wise. And that's and if you look into that, there's low key racism connected to that, right? Like, there's a reality of them wanting to only hear the youngest us.
There's
only hear, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of, but you understand where I'm going with it. And now I've had this conversation with a few artists now, and we see things like what's happening with like Cypress Hill again, right? What we've seen with fucking Jada. What we're seeing with Versus in general, right? It's sparking, these people who were one time anchored to the golden era. It's giving them new life. And like you said, people are rediscovering it as if it's brand new music. And I feel like, I know for a fact, bro, like it's affected myself as an artist. I'm directly benefiting from that happening. Like, how do you feel about that?
This is what I think it is, bro.
Yep.
Over the pandemic, I got into EDC. I don't know if you fuck with Everyday Carry. I paid like way too much for a knife. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, I'm looking at knives. I trip out on how expensive a knife can be, but it's because they're not mass produced. It's more than boutique. It's like going back in time, medieval times of who's smashing, blacksmith, creating some shit, handmade, bench-made shit. It's coming back to some. It's more than just the sound of it. It's more than just, it's the vibe of it, but it's what makes the vibe. It's the things behind it, the things that were the essence. Is back. You know what I mean? Or young people, or just whoever may not have been listening to hip hop, they fucking with the essence of it. You know what I mean? And like when it comes to, man, just the hip hop that we always fucked with, or speaking for myself, man, it seems to really be coming around. And for the longest time, I would hear people talk about hip hop's a young man's sport and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's not a young man's sport, but hip hop was a voice. You know what I mean? So it's not like you can listen to hip hop until you're a certain age and then no longer listen to it. There's a difference between, and see if you can follow me. It's a difference between when Ron Isley was dressing like this, doing songs with fucking R. Kelly, and us growing old and continuing a version of what we were in our 20s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's that genuine shit. You know what I mean? And why the fuck wouldn't we continue to listen to at least a version of what we grew up listening to? You know what I mean? And lately, it's not like I ain't taking this shit serious, but man, I'm happy with my work. I'm happy with my life. I'm in a place where I ain't trying to get signed or make it as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And amongst other things, it's allowed me to create a art with, it's just freedom, bro. It's a freedom that I never had in the past because I was out here trying to get some shit, you know what I mean? And man, I mean, I feel like right now I'm just really trying to create some shit that my kids and my posterity, you know what I mean? All my grandkids, my great grandkids, when I'm gone, man, I'm like, they gonna turn on my music and it's like an Obi-Wan Kenobi projection that they can fucking, they talk, close your eyes and talk to me. You know what I mean? Black Panther on the ancestral plane and shit. And that's the type of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to stop cutting heads off every once in a blue moon. But like, man, these conversations we would have on the way back from tour, just on the road and shit. That's what I've been making lately, and it feels good, man. And I ain't even tripping off who's listening to it or not, because the people who are listening to it, I've been having crazy conversations with them, man. And I just feel that whole quality over quantity thing is really in the forefront of my mind these days, man. It feels good, dude. Feels
Yeah,
good.
man. And I think it's
dope.
it's evident in like how you're like, I think sometimes as artists, we can get so lost in the art that we forget that people take the art the way we present it, right? Like the way we're presenting it is really how they're feeling it. So if you feel great about the shit you're making, people feel great about the shit you're making. And if at the very least, even if they don't rock with it, a lot of times they're just inspired by the movement. Like, oh shit, okay, this fool really loves what he's doing. It's like you said, it's that genuine article. And I think we just got through this, thank God it was kind of short. But the reality is we went through an era that wasn't based on a genuine article at all. In fact, it was very confused, right? Like, in fact, I think a lot of people are still suffering from that. It left bodies, like real life, like for real. Like it left bodies, that's how confusing it was. And I think that you and I have always talked about that concept for years, right? Like the fast food meal or the real meal. Like you want that fast food shit, you can have that and it's cheap and we get why you buy it and we get that it's always available and it's easier maybe. But if you had your choice, you're going to get the better meal. You will. Almost 100% of the time. And if you don't, you're probably not the person that we would want to like necessarily vibe with anyways, right? Like, so it's so crazy, bro, that it took me the majority of my career to find out that just being who you are was the answer. You know what I mean? If when I look back in retrospect, I'm like, fuck, I did worry a lot about like getting in the right positions or doing the right things or like, and now that I don't care about any of those things, everything clicked. You know what I mean? And I see it happening with you, bro. Like you seem very free right now.
I always been on some business shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's not like I was just doing things based off of business, but the strategy was always in the forefront. And like slowly, always messing with the formula that I'm working with. But as of late, it's not like I'm not keeping in mind strategy and shit. I'm always going to have a business mind. But honestly, bro, for the first time ever, not too long ago, I was hollering at Oddball. Shout out my man Oddball.
Shout out
and
Oddball.
I was just like, man, it's just like a hobby to me these days. But this ain't just no regular ass hobby. Like these cats be out here putting that passion into their shit. They go to work, they have what they have, and this is the only thing that's just for them. And man, my best friend back in the day, my boy Jamal, his pops, after his kids moved out, I go to his house one day and his pops got all these crazy like model cars, model this, model that. He's got little villages, like all kinds of crazy shit, right? And I'm like, man, this is his hobby, but he's into this hobby. He's painting shit. Like he could probably sell this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bunch of money off their hobbies on shit like Etsy and stuff like that, right? And like I was just talking and I said it like, I wouldn't say accidentally, but I wasn't thinking about it. And I just realized like, it's because I'm not thinking about it, man. I'm just making this shit.
Yes.
Because it feels so good. Like you said, man, I feel like the people who do hear it, it's all about ears, bro.
Yep.
And once they hear it, they're going to feel it. And if it's not for them, that's cool too. I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
A lot of people out here just want to hear things for a specific reason, but some people just want to hear shit that hit their soul. And if you could identify with some real grown man shit, I don't know how you're not going to rock with it. You know what I mean? Because I ain't out here talking about some bullshit.
Yeah.
But, that's cool too. You know what I mean? I guess. But I'm just trying to talk about shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's a place for everything. And
I feel you. Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate a good, real burger.
Yeah.
I'm coming with that real shit. No steroids, no nonsense. You know what I mean? And, it's a smaller crowd, but the crowd that rock with it, they really appreciate that shit, man. So it's been dope. It's been interesting, man. I just keep on. Not interesting like when somebody say something stupid, you're like, interesting.
Yeah. But like genuinely, like, damn, there's a mechanism at work right here. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because you know how my mind works, bro. When I see some crazy shit, I'm like, what's that about? Like, I want to learn it. You know what I mean? And like, dude, I look at what's going on and the conversations I've been having with strangers and people that I know. And I've just been like, man, y'all really, I had to push aside, like, I've been doing this. I feel like I've been doing this and you barely catching on. You know what I mean? My best friends since I was 10.
In some ways they are though. And it just took that long. You know what I mean? Like it literally did just take that long.
It takes a minute. But
That's
I've been
dope,
pushing
man.
that shit out my mind and just going with the flow and just continuing to just try to rock shit that I feel is dope, man. And things that I feel, if I get that feeling in my throat and have a hard time rapping it, then I know I'm on the right path. And I've been doing that quite a bit, man. A lot of this shit you're gonna hear over this next year, man, I got like 5 EPs I'm working on. And I got to the point where I started having anxiety, like, you know what? I need to start putting shit out because I'm working towards something bigger for 2023. So this year, let me just be consistent, drop a few EPs and some singles, and we'll see what happens next year. Cause you know, I got shit up my sleeve like Gambit.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Buddy. That's what I mean, look, dude, I'm just keep it 100 with you, bro. It's just good to have you in the pool again because I feel like right now is the time. Like, and Doug, you know, we've been through many times. Like we're like this time is for this and this, but I get it now. You know what I mean? Like I get the steps. Like exactly. And each one of these things got us to this next thing. And I love what you said about like, why would you stop doing the thing that you love? I think was a big deal for me is the moment I just realized that I'm going to always make art in some way. It just took the pressure off. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I was trying to get to something that I'm already doing. Like I've been doing it. Like when we started out, all we ever wanted was like people who we thought were dope to say that we were dope. And that shit happened a long time ago, dog. You know what I mean? Like that shit happened. If you really think about it, dog, like where we've been, that shit happened a long time ago. People that we thought were dope have said you were dope for a long time. And I think getting to that point sometimes can be like, as an artist, you get confused, like almost like, well, okay, well now what? And the only now what that I've come up with personally is like, just get on with it. Like, just get on with it. It's your life. Get on with it. Do the thing you do.
I ain't got just one thing to talk about, right? So it's like, I'm just going around trying to like get everybody to accept some shit. It's like, accept. Yeah. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, so right. Lately, the way I've been doing it is like, is this, and it ain't like everything I write, I'm like, are my kids gonna hear this? But I really been like, I'm writing some shit that even on like shows, you know, like an interview or whatever the fuck, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, is there something that somebody could get out this shit? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's always been that way. But now I really am like, I don't know, man, just my mind stays different, you know, when it comes to this shit. And at the same time, it's not like I don't give a fuck at all. Cause sometimes I see these things creeping in and like, man, I really want this show, or these dudes is tripping, like these cats don't know. But instead of feeling like I deserve something, I'm just like, okay, well, I feel this about myself, that's for sure. But I like, who am I to feel like I should this and I should that? I just need to do what I'm supposed to do. Because at the same time, with all that being said, I'm definitely feeling hungry the way I felt when I first started. And when I first started, I was looking at cats on top like, you're pretty good, but I'm better. Yeah. That's the way I feel, bro. Yeah. And like, and it doesn't mean that cats is whack at all. I just feel like this is where I belong, but I'm gonna get there in the way that I want to get there. So you doing shows and you not hollering at me? Okay, well, I throw shows. I know how to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got some connections out of town. So maybe it's time to start going out of town. So July is going to be interesting. I got some shows I'm lining up and, you know, just trying to be consistent. And, you know, I don't like to just do the regular ass shit. So you might see me do some shows that seem like what I've been doing. And then you might see me do some shit that you may have never seen before, ever. You know what I mean? That's the plan. That's always the plan. So I'm excited about, you know, the next 6 months and then, you know, everything after that, man.
Okay, so how can people like support you right now, other than if you're not already following him on, it's Kahlee 310 on YouTube, right? Because I want them to watch we're at like week 19, man. We're going 52 weeks. Trust me, this is not something I've seen people try and they stop midway. He's already done it once. It's not good. Don't think that that's good. There's literally zero chance of that happening. So if knowing this dude, they're already filmed.
I know I can't finish it. So once I start some shit, I'm gonna do this shit. This is what it is. First of all, barsweekly.com. You know what I mean? That's where you're gonna see everything at Kahlee 310. Every Tuesday night, I drop the radio show Bars Weekly, so you can listen at Delicious Vinyl Radio on a free Dash Radio app. or again, go to barsweekly.com. It's there. And I upload it to mixcloud.com/barsweekly. So you subscribe to that, you're going to hear everything. You'll be able to see the playlist, all the music that I play. You know what I mean? It's definitely in the lane. And if you fucking with those lanes, you're going to like the show. Sometimes I talk, sometimes it's a playlist. There it is. Every Wednesday, you're going to see the acapella. That's the Bars Weekly video joint. That's me kicking bars. Don't hit me up asking how to be featured, because if you watch more than one, you know it's just me. Other than that, I'm going to do some shit here and there. You're going to see videos. You're going to see this. The new studio coming. I got a studio that I'm building in my backyard. So first I got to get the shed installed. And once that happens, it's going to be a whole, all this right here, this is going to be somewhere else. This is going to be my son's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When that happens, it's going to be a different situation. But until then, I'm kind of biding my time, working on these projects. I got an EP I'm dropping with El Blue in June. So I have a new single.
That's the young homie.
Yeah. Shout out my man El Blue out of San Diego. I have my birthday coming up June 8th. So I got a show at the Casbah on June 6th. So if y'all in the San Diego area, or say you're like in Florida, jump on a plane. Why not? It's on a Monday. It's not like you can't get back in time for work. Act like you're a young kid. But real talk, that's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? And like I said, I got some things for July. So I'm working on an EP with Cookbook, all produced by Cookbook. I'm working on an EP produced by this dude, Master Conga, out of he's out of Europe. I don't want to say the wrong place because I kind of don't remember. And I'm working on a few EPs with a few different producers, man. So I have a few different things. I'm working on some shit with Ralph Quasar. I already got a few songs with that. So I've just been kind of like, everything's gonna be different. Here's
and the stuff with some of my favorite stuff you've done lately, the stuff with Nate. Make sure people will go check that out too. Shout out to Nate. And Nate's doing just found out that Nate is doing Back to Basics, right? Yeah. Shout out to Nate. Yeah.
I so want to be on that. That's an example of this. I'm like, I should be on the shit too. Why I'm not? Okay, well, I guess I got work to do. That y'all better have that opinion of yourselves too, man. Stop being mad that everybody ain't giving you shit that you think you deserve. Just figure out what you're supposed to do to get on these shows or get on whatever opportunity you think you deserve, man. Just work for that shit. But yeah, Soapbox Chronicles. So if you're on Spotify, Bandcamp, all that shit, YouTube, everything is Kahlee 310, KAHLEE 310, or you can just go to barsweekly.com. It's all right there. Holla at me for a show or whatever you got. And so I want to ask you, man. So with so much coming out, with so many different vibes, man, because you hear the shit I do with El Blue, and then the shit I do with Innate, the shit I do with my man Chrome. You hear the shit I do with Cookbook. You're gonna hear so many. Oh, the shit I do with Master Conga. All these things are so different. Whether it's content, the vibe, the style, all these things. Like sometimes I think about the consistency when building with a specific crowd who's used to listening to this style or this vibe. And I do worry, like, okay, I finally got these guys' ear, and the next shit I drop is I went from like some grimy, cut their heads off shit to some emo shit, some real.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think, and I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and I've literally I just talked to Noah James about this not too long ago. The same thing. This is what I think and what I've observed so far. From my observation, people are liking a 360 experience with an artist now. Yeah, like they don't want to just because they know that you're a person. Like because of YouTube, because of Instagram, people have been able to see the other sides. Like, oh yeah, it's not this dude just doesn't make rap songs. He also has a family, and now we have a way to tell all those stories that you've been having to tell through your records only. Now there's a lot of ways to tell those stories. So I think people are used to it. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like they're going to see you evolve, and watching you evolve is the ride. Like that is the ride. Like, it's not just one sound. If they can go to you for all their sounds, all their palette, then that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? I think it's going to work.
That's the plan, man. And that's what you're going to see over the next 8 months. And then, we'll see what happens in 2023, man.
Well, please come back every time you drop something. Please come back to Chrissy's The Internet. It's well overdue. You already know. Yeah. And come through the other shows. We want to get them through on the Heartful Truth too, right? Yep. The Heartful Truth. And then the special podcast that's coming up that we haven't announced yet, we want to book you for that too. So, dude, thank you so much for coming through.
Show, appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, sir. Everybody, Kahlee 310, man.
Gene,
give it up.
Hold up, stop. Gene, can you stop talking, bro? We trying to get a word in.
Gene is over there.
Hey, Kahlee, that's called mushrooms.
It's good to see you, man. It's good to chop it with y'all for real. Kahlee 310, goddammit.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
Take care, man.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kahlee 310.
Nice, man. Yes.
Follow him.
It's been a minute, but that's dope, man. I have been texting with him, but yeah, it's been a minute.
This is the thing that excites me the most about it is that I know how Kahlee approaches his writing because he's such an amazing writer.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember over the years, Kahlee would be like, man, like I'm trying to write this one song. It's taking me for, a week. To hear that he literally has like EPs lined up, that's a different switch. I've never even seen that gear on Kahlee.
Right.
Like when I met Kahlee, he had already kind of settled into like he was releasing an album every year, something like that. To hear this, like this is just a different gear. And it's that thing that, bro. Eddie, we've been talking about that on this show for the last few months about the idea of hip hop growing up.
Yep.
And how you and I have been saying for years, it is an undeniable fact that that's going to happen. And because our generation, right? Like you're a young dad already.
Yep.
Our generation, we grew up in the world of hip hop. There is no other thing to us. So of course that's going to grow. And what I've seen, and this is the narrative that I would love to get to erase this over the next few years. I would love to erase this because even if you are young, please think this out. Think about this logic. If you keep working at your craft, do you think that you get worse as you get older?
No.
That doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't make any sense. And if we're talking about we want to see high level art and things consistently get better, then we're going to have to age gracefully with hip hop. It's going to have to gracefully age. And that's what you're seeing the beginnings of that. Mark my words. I want us to be the show that fucking talked about that first and predicted that because we were.
Yes.
So I'm telling you.
We've done many of those.
I've been talking to my older rapper friends for the last 4 or 5 years. Dude, start making music. Trust me. It's coming. The hip hop's going to change. The way they look at age is changing. It's already changed. It's already changing because it just didn't make sense before. And people are becoming smarter now. We're talking to each other. There's dialogues going on. If they cut you off after you're 25, they don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
Because every normal human being knows that there's so much more living to happen still. You're still going to change so many more times. You're going to change so many more times. By the time I was done with my 20s, I changed many times. I thought I knew a bunch of shit. Then I thought I knew nothing. And then I thought I knew everything again. Like, that's going to continue to happen. And hearing that come out in music and what it does to music and art, why would you not want to experience that?
Right.
Even if you're a young cat, you don't want to know what is a potential to happen. How would you find that out?
Right.
Unless an artist who was older was telling you that. And if they can tell you that in a way that you're like, God damn, that shit is fire as well. Then guys, let's be realistic. There's no reason that hip hop isn't going to be like any other art form that has come before it. I remember when people would joke like, whoa, what are you going to do? Be rapping until you're 60? Look at me. Yes.
And older.
Yes. I rap. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm going to find a way to make it work till I hit the grave. And that's going to be and I'm going to go about that any way the fuck I want to do it. Because all it needs to do is work, right? Like you just need to go, oh, it's dope. And then it worked. What the fuck does age have to do with any of that?
True that, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Kahlee 310 on everything.
Everywhere.
And follow him. Cheer him on. 52 weeks, man. That's quite an endeavor. But he's taking it on like it ain't shit. So that should show you. It's going to get done.
Yeah.
52 weeks. He's at 19. I just checked too, by the way. He's at 19. 52 weeks. You get in there right before the halfway mark, y'all. Follow him, cheer him on, tell him Chris sees the internet sent you. We got Mike Bless coming up.
Yep, 8:15.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
For Zoom, fingers are crossed.
He's from the East Coast, man.
Man, I'm sweating my ass off in here. Did it get hot all of a sudden?
No, man.
That
it was those
interview
bars.
was just fire.
Oh, thanks, G.
Yeah.
Good play.
Wow. Okay.
Nice. Hold on. Do we have time to? Let me see. You said 8:15, right?
8:15. Yeah,
Take a little
6
musical break.
minutes.
Play something. Play something for me, Gene. And we're gonna be right back after this message. Hold on. Let me bring up a message.
Yeah, throw a message in. Thank you, Gene.
Let me see here. Oh, actually, let me do this first, Gene. How come we got no volume? Do we have no audio? Does the chat room here? I'm doing the same thing that Gene does to us.
Can you guys hear it?
Wow.
And you know what, Gene? Just play some music. Let them know what they could hear on B Block. We're putting Gene Flow on. Let's do a little musical break. We got Mike Bless coming up in 5 minutes. Jump in the chat room. Let us know what's up. Share this if you're catching this on the recorded version. That's when you're supposed to catch it. Yep. These people watching it live are crazy. They go crazy in the chat. Don't fuck with the people that watch it live on Platform Collection.
Oh, I love crazy.
Because we love them, but they're crazy. They're not those people who wait a day to watch the show. They need to watch it in real time.
That fear of missing out.
Do that, Gene. Do that. Gene Flow on the beat.
Gene Flow beat.
Yes, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got your reminders on, by the way. The Heartful Truth.
Yeah.
We got 2Mex coming up on the Heartful Truth. Woo! Fire app. And in about a week's time, we got a new episode of the B Block. Gene Flow.
Gene beat.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene Flow.
Yes, thank you.
The house band is in full effect. The mushrooms are growing in his gut as we speak.
They are blossoming.
And you know that's right.
And you know that's right.
Got it in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mike Bless coming up. I'm getting the Zoom channels ready.
Get him on.
I'm clearing the sweat off my face, my gross face. Let me see here.
Recording in progress.
Mike Bless is coming up. I won't be
Recording
recording it
stopped.
though, because we ain't the ops.
Nope, we're not after you.
We are not after you.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, we got the homie Mike Bless coming up. If you guys missed him last time, it's because we had some technical difficulties. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was trying to get his Zoom working. That's, to be honest, we're over here acting like it was a big thing. He just couldn't get the Zoom thing working, and now he can. He figured it out. I think it was his first time on Zoom,
Yes,
right?
first time. Yep.
Because we break barriers over here
Debut.
on Chris Sees the Internet, you know? Tearing down walls, tearing down blockage. But yes, sir. We got the homie Mike Bless.
There he is.
We're going to see if it's working. We're working the Zoom line right now.
Nice.
Mike Bless, if you can, please turn your audio sideways, or turn your
phone
your
sideways.
phone sideways if you can hear us. Yes, he can hear us.
Oh, nice.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us, Mike. Boom, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this finally. The one and only. Once again, like I said, today is a show for rappers. Don't get it fucking twisted here. We're talking high level bars.
All the
High
way up
level.
there.
This is not for like people who don't like to write, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know what I did with my pen. That's not this show. We can
ain't
cover
rap.
that
This
later
ain't-
on. That's not this show, though.
Rapping over your vocals.
This is not
Say
rapping over your vocals. You know what I mean?
Very important.
That is not what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to bring on the homie Mike Bless, and you are going to love it. What can I say? First time on Chris Sees the Internet, Mike Bless is in the house. Give it up.
Yeah, welcome.
Peace.
Dude, first of all, thank you for being patient and getting back on this week. I know we had that hookup this last time, but it's all good. We worked it out. I don't want to waste any time, my G. It's an honor to have you on. I've personally followed your career for years. I've seen you flyer after flyer. I mean, you know this game. We pretty much almost speak through flyers at some point. We all kind of meet each other through flyers. But you've been dominating flyers for years. Can you give people who might not know just a little bit of your background, where you're from, and how long you've been in the game?
No, I appreciate you guys for having me for reals, and the love is reciprocated, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys having me on your platform. Y'all been killing it. Like, I know we've been in touch before in the past and stuff like that. So, Mike Bless, man, I'm Oxnard, California. You know, the lineage from Oxnard is deep, man, and it runs from like Red Zone Fam, Loop Pack. I mean, so many great groups that came out before me that kind of paved the way, and then so there's kind of like a path, you know what I'm saying? There's been, I was able to have something I can at least like some sort of a blueprint, and then kind of walk those paths myself and kind of blaze my own trails as well in the process, man. And just started out rapping in the streets, man, and then that just came to stages, and then you know, now to where we're at. I did the world tour with the Beat Nuts in 2018.
Yep.
So that was a big moment, and you know, being recognized by the Universal Hip Hop Museum and like things like that. So to come from Oxnard and just rhyming like how we did, and to be able to take that to seeing different parts of the country and seeing different parts of the world, man, it's been great. And I just represent this boom bap. And at this point, like as far as the 805 is concerned, like I just consider myself an ambassador for the 805 area.
For
what
sure.
we're doing out here, and just kind of helping people or putting people on, or do, you know, just facilitating what I can for cats that's out here that are hungry, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. We had the homie Kahlee on right before you, and we talked to him a little bit about this topic, and I want to dive into it with you. You, first of all, let me ask you this: do you have you visualized in your mind like, I have a retirement date? Like, is that something you even play with, or is that something you've ever thought about? Like, well, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, to be honest, I have like in in my younger years, I guess, you know, like just to go through the timeline, like I went to jail for a little bit for some bullshit, you know, just fucking around, man. And I came out of that. So you're already down. You're already feeling like, man, you know, I need to focus on other things. Maybe just step back for a while and think about like retiring.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's kind of like, so definitely I'd be lying if I say that I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But what I realized, even by some of the OGs or the legends that I've been around and things like that, you know, you don't retire from the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And then there's this thing in hip hop where you like an ageism thing, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't exist with like rock music or reggae or things like that, where artists can go into the later years and really putting out quality music, you know what I'm saying? So I just started looking at things differently and understanding the longevity play, and like some of your legacy can also be, you know, putting people on. And now with the knowledge that I've learned throughout the years, it's like, damn, like, you know, why don't I use it, some of this knowledge and some of the game to help facilitate as well? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And the album that I just put out, it's called Till the End. And the whole process of that was about like the idea of like retiring. That's really what that comes from.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at it, it's like, you know, and then also too, like, I'm independent. So when you put in so much time in the game and so many years, that becomes your currency. That's what ends up getting you paid.
Yeah.
So to fall back, you know what I'm saying? So to fall back now is kind of like backwards. You know what I'm saying? Because now you finally reach the point where like you're able to generate money, you're able to make money, you're able to go here and there and collect these bags and shit like that. So at this point, it doesn't even make no sense, right? To me,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
I agree.
If ever I hear anybody talking or asking or saying that, if I have a chance to speak with them or whatever, I would just be like, just take a break, because retiring, that's not even a thing to me anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I agree, man. And it's that makes me happy to hear, bro, because I do feel like it is people like you yourself who you're not just an ambassador for where you're at, you're also an ambassador for knowledge of a time when things were done a certain way, and there's value to that, right? Because we can look at those things and go like, okay, this worked, or we should put more. Kahlee was talking about, you know, like the idea that the palette for like the genuine article is rising again, you know, like people are starting to, because we just came through this era where that wasn't what was being pushed, you know, and it was obvious. But it seems like someone like yourself, I feel like, can have a whole second life, because people want to see now, like, okay, you've gone through that. Now what are you going through? Like, what? Now you have knowledge to share, right? Like, it's not like we want you to quit now. Now that you can teach us a bunch of shit, it wouldn't make sense for you to quit. You know what I mean? Like, that makes no sense.
It doesn't. And that's why you just got to operate within, like, sometimes I think people are in their own head, or they have a perception, or, you know, you just can't listen to the outside noise. You got to stay within what you're doing and understand like what your position is in the game and what you've been able to do. Like, that's kind of just how I look at it. And I just try to sometimes just have tunnel vision about certain stuff, and that way, like, I'm in tune with what I'm doing and what I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, man, because I got you here. It's rare, you know, to be able to sit down with someone who is as accomplished as you and as prolific as what you've done with your music. I just want to ask you some hip hop shit, man. Like, so, how do you, to this day, what is your process for writing? Like, when you go beat first? Are you just always writing, or like, how do you create a song at this time in your life?
It's changed through the years.
Yeah.
But right now, I just I'm looking for the beat first, and then I just go, like, right now I'm just going off, like, if we're chilling and I send me a pack, beats, I'm gonna go through them and whatever kind of piques my interest. Oh, and I just go off of what I'm feeling. I don't predetermine subject matters or nothing like that. So I just write what I'm feeling in that moment when I hear it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's how I do it now. But then there's
That's
also
dope.
like I'm working on a project right now and I'm pretty much done. When I listen to it, I'm like, okay, I need one more like hard record to balance it. So now
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, now I'm specifically gonna do one hard record just to balance this album out, and I was that one actually is on purpose, right? Because I'm doing it like that. But for the most part, it's just based on inspiration and what I'm feeling in a moment. You know, unless obviously it's like a feature that someone's getting me on, and they're kind of giving me the parameters or whatever.
Yep.
But other than that, I'm just going off of how I feel. And when it
Hey.
comes out, I'll figure it out later.
That's dope, man. And Mike, hey, just so you know that there's a little bit of background noise. If you just talk a little louder, we'll get you.
My bad. I'm
Yeah,
at
no,
a venue right now.
No, it's all good. And that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next. Is, dude, you're kind of a road warrior, man. Like I've seen you on the road a lot. It seems like you kind of have that part of the game down, being able to travel. Tell me some secrets about traveling, man. How do you do that without breaking down? I'm sure it's hard physically sometimes, right? It's hard, like, just mentally. What are some of your secrets of the road?
It's crazy. I was just talking about this with MC Wicks.
Shout out Wicks. Yep.
Shout out to Wicks. We just went to Arizona. I just got back from Arizona.
Yep.
And talking to him about it, it's like, especially you're on a tour, like my first ever trip to Europe, I was there for 30 days, somewhere in that range. And it's almost like $1 in a dream and shit, you know what I mean? The way we originally first did it.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I even I had traveled before that, but I had a friend of mine with me and I would tell him like, yo, bro, in like 5 days, it's going to seem like you're going to want to go home. Cause like there's like a breaking point.
Yeah.
Once you can get past that, but it's a day at a time, dog. Like, let's just conquer today, and then tomorrow, like, cause we're let's say we're thick in it. Like we're thick. Like we're like a week, 2 weeks in, and you're not going home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, so let's just conquer today. Let's just have a good show. Or if I'm exhausted, I would tell myself like literally, I'll be like, yo, Bless, don't be a bitch. You just got to do 20 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
Right now, if you telling me you can't do 20 minutes tonight, then you shouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean? So like little things like that, but just try to take it a day at a time. Now things are different. I have 2 kids.
Yep.
I would say like I had my kids a little, like I didn't have them in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of helped.
Yeah.
But so it's a little different now, but I've been doing it for so long that it's like there's an understanding within the family, or a support, or maybe or an understanding to like, okay,
this is Dad's business.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end, and now, and as we're family men or whatever, like time is the value. You know what I mean? Time becomes so much more valuable. So I don't even fuck around. Like I'm like in the studio, or everything has to do with something, or we're not even doing it. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, and one thing I was telling Wicks was like, because there's cats that let's say they want to start and they want to travel, they want to go to Europe or whatever. And I kind of forgot, but I was talking. I remember like, yo, bro, like really, you just got to get one show to one promoter to book you.
Yeah.
And then you work around that show. So like he books you February, whatever, or however. And then from that show, then you work around it. So then try to, before they get your ticket and your return flight, try to book 3 more. And then that's going to determine when you go home. Or somebody like I was on tour with Big Twins. He don't even buy a flight back. He just buys a ticket to be there, and then he'd be there for like 3 months.
Just working the scene.
Because the shows keep coming.
Wow.
And in Europe, it's a lot easier because you're just like, it's open. I don't know now because of COVID, but at the time it's like open borders. So you can hop on a flight. Like every country is like going to Vegas from Cali.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's that close. And I think there's no secret sauce at the end of the day. Like cats just gotta be willing to put it down. And I was telling them a story about going to New York for the first time. I didn't get a hotel for 3 days.
Oh shit.
That's how my run was. And like, it's crazy to tell it. Like, we got there on a Friday night, stayed, like, we didn't have nothing booked. We went to a bar to like partying or whatever till 4 a.m. We had to catch the bus to go upstate at 8 a.m. So it's a 4-hour window. So I was at the train station. We slept right there. Like, and I charged my phone and whatever on the wall, and then we get in the bus. Then I'm at the festival all day. And that night I have to be on a radio show at 2 a.m. with No Ideas Original. So then I go to another like bar before I have to go to the radio, and then we're upstate. So from the radio ends at 4, and I got to be on a train at 6. We're talking about now it's Saturday night. Now it's Sunday morning. And then now I'm on a train going back to Manhattan, and I got to catch a flight at 6 p.m. on Sunday night.
Damn.
And I haven't got a hotel. No, with no room, no hotel. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, cats aren't willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be certain cats that's willing to put the work in, and that's kind of why I have I'm willing to like extend a hand to cats like MC Wicks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That are putting it down and willing to do that, because it reminds me of, and I'll still do it. Like, I'll still do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now things are different, so we're able to maneuver. Like I'm in Arizona, and it's good. Like we're living good, and I'm like, hell yeah, we come a long way. But
wait, so let me ask you this, man, because the inevitable question is, how much is your like actual physical health necessary? Do you find yourself having to stay at a certain level of health because you just want to, you know what I mean? Like, because I mean, your body takes a beating, right? You could be in a car for hours and hours, then you got, like you said, just to do 20 minutes and then do another, you know what I mean?
I'm on fumes right now, but in the middle of the call, like I'm up now, like I'm not tired anymore.
Yeah.
You're talking like now I'm good, but
because this is what you do.
Now I'm amped, but no, you do got to be like. There's a friend of mine does tours every year. He's at the track running on the track.
Yeah.
Like, at college, like running. Oh, what are you doing? What's up, dog? Oh, I'm exercising. I'm getting ready for tour. Like when I started seeing shit like that and understanding it, I'm like, oh, okay. And then just I mean, obviously as you get older, we can't, you know what I'm saying? Like just honest, like I ain't bouncing back like that.
Right.
So like I don't drink liquor really. Like I try to stay away.
Yeah.
Liquor,
Yep.
You know, and shit like that, and I won't drink IPAs. Like I love drinking craft beer, but when I'm out, I don't drink craft beer. Like
because it'll drag you down.
It's gonna drag me down. Like
you
just gotta know yourself, but and just don't fucking drink. You know what I mean? But
right.
I mean, but this is, but bro, seriously, like this kind of stuff is invaluable because I know there's nobody. I mean, you know this too because you learned it actually in the trenches. No one teaches you this stuff when you're starting out, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's why you can end up in a place for 3 days with no hotel because you're trying to survive. And that's why that's why I wanted to ask you these things, because I know that there's artists listening and they might be wondering like, hey, you know what, do people take it serious? Do you have to like watch your physical health? Like, do you have to like, you know, be good at time management and all? And the answer is yes on all those things. Like you got to kind of do it. And if you're not good at all those things, the only way to learn how to get good is to actually go do the thing. Like Mike Bles is saying, like you actually, there is no watching it from the sidelines. And I think that's a big part that people get mistaken when they decide like, oh, I want to be like in hip hop. Like, you know, I want to be in the professional level of hip hop. They kind of don't realize like you're going to work more there than you would ever work like at a 9 to 5, especially when you're building, you know what I mean? Like at those early years, you're putting in many, many hours of work. And I always say this, Mike, like this is not a game you go to like not work. You know what I mean? Like you don't join hip hop to not have a job. Like it is a job. You know what I mean? How has your you mentioned a little bit about like, you know, like having the family at home and how your time is very valuable. You probably have also had like those run-ins with like promoters who aren't on top of their game, right? Like you've probably seen that over the years. And you've also seen promoters that are on top of their game. When you look for promoters, because there could be promoters watching this that are like, how do I book you? Ideally, how would you like that process to go?
I mean, nowadays, you can just contact me in my DM. As far as just booking wise, they just can contact me direct. I don't like to put boosts through different people. So like, contact this guy. If I do have people that help that are part of my team, but they'll go out and they'll find those shows and bring them to the table. But if you're just coming from zero, then you could just contact me direct and we'll handle it. Sometimes I just got to tell because I'm a rapper, but I'm also like, sometimes you're too nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I understand why people have people in place to kind of like manage that shit, because then you end up doing shit for free or something. You're like, God damn, like that's the homie or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But normally it's just done through me. And nowadays, like I said, the time is valuable. So like, I have no problem just saying what it is. And I'm a straight shooter. I don't front. I don't like drag people through this and that. And
what are you looking for when shows are presented? Like what kind of shows excite you? Is it like new audiences? Is it in like cities that you've been to? Like what do you look for normally?
That's a good question, because like not every door needs to be walked through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I did a show with Rakim, right? And I seen some of the openers were doing like I don't know, trap music or like club music. And it's like, I think they had an opportunity to perform. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you even why with your in that type of hip hop, why would you come and try to open for Rakim? That's not even your demographic. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
And it's not even a disrespect. It's just real. And then
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they don't make no sense. And because the crowd's not there to see that. And so like when it comes to that type of stuff, like I'm looking for stuff that fits my demographic, that's boom bap, that people are gonna go and appreciate what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So typically it'd have to be something like that. Like sometimes I do get booked for other things with money on the table that might not necessarily fit exactly.
Yeah.
But if the bread's right, then I'm still gonna go do what I do, and I'm not gonna change. Like, oh, I'm doing a club, so I gotta find my club song. Like, I don't do shit like that.
Right.
And so, I at a time,
because they're bringing you in to do what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there was a time when we would think like that.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like, nah, I'm coming with the bars, and that's what you're gonna get. And if you came to see Mike Bles, then that you're gonna get what I do. I'm gonna come with what I do. And so that's something that over time that I was like, why would I try to fit put a square in a hole? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So
that's dope, man. That's really dope. Dude, tell people what you got coming up. What should we be looking for, especially if people are just discovering you? Like, what would you want them to check out first? Where's a good jump off point for Mike Bles?
Audiovox. The album Audiovox. Yeah, I think it's 2017, 2016.
Yep.
Razkaz, Elder Sensei, Pace One. So many dope artists. I think me and Razkaz did a song called Pay Homage. And I feel like that one really brought an international attention at the time. Like I was able to do so much. But once we popped that one off, then I think things started changing a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. That's a good album, that's a good start point.
Yeah.
And then what about for the rest of the year? Like what can we be looking forward to? I know you're on the road. What else can we be looking forward to?
So I got an album. What's an EP? But it's kind of like becoming an album, I think, at this point, because we just keep putting records down with Level 13.
Dope.
producer Level 13. If you guys are familiar with Level 13, you guys,
Yeah.
some major placements, sick. We've been, kind of like fucking with each other before, and then finally, like, he hit me with a gang of beats, and like we decided to put something down. We were just talking about doing a record, but he sent me like literally like 1,500 beats. No
Wow.
lie.
What?
Yeah, no lie, bro. Like I got a song named 1273, right? Because it's just like all the songs right now are in like it's a skeleton.
Yeah.
So I have 454, 954, 1273.
God damn.
71, like, and that's literally 1,271.
Wow.
Yeah, and so, but anyways, like, so yeah, for us to do an album is crazy, man. Like, shout out to Level for.
And will we see that by the end of the year?
It'll be probably like in another month or two. Like,
whoa,
Nice,
okay,
I
cool.
want to release it like ASAP. Like, I'm not trying to wait on it. I got we're gonna make some announcements, but I know you guys are real heads. So
Yeah, yeah.
I got XP.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, hell yeah.
I got Oh the Great. So me, XP, and Oh the Great got a song together. I got a track with MC Wicks on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's some other ones that we're finishing. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, let's not give them all away. Let's not give them all.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. You never know. But
Yeah.
no, the album sounding crazy right now. I'm super pumped about it, and that's why I just want to follow up until the end and put this one out, and just kind of keep the momentum and keep everybody with the good music, man. Because that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you building a momentum till the end, do good, and I want people to get some more new music like as soon as possible. So I'm hoping, what is it, June, hopefully like July.
Dope. Please and dude, please come back when that drops, so that you can come back and talk about the record. I would love to have you back on for that.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow everything Mike Bles.
Yes.
1 S, not 2 S's, 1 S, BLES. Don't get it twisted. Mike Bles. Again, if you just want good music, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason that I've been following this dude's career for years now. It's not like I just discovered him. It's been years. And he's still operating at the highest of levels. So please follow my dude, Mike Bles. Follow everything that he does. And dude, please come back again, yeah?
No, hey, appreciate you guys, man. Without platforms like these, literally without platforms like these are the veins, these are the arteries of hip hop that keep this shit, the heart pumping, man. So I appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you, brother.
Asking the real questions and really appreciating what I'm doing and just appreciate, the culture and take this shit seriously, like you guys say, because I do as well, man. So it's all love, man, all day.
Yes, sir, dude. You always have a home right here at Chris Sees the Internet. Please come back when the record drops. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Bles.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Mike Bles, one of the greats, my friend.
That was awesome, man.
That was worth it, right?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you guys? What'd I tell you guys?
It came in clear.
I just can't see if you guys are in this game, especially if you like rapping, and you're not following my dudes, Mike Bles and Kahlee.
Slipping.
I don't believe you then.
No,
that's just what I'm saying. I just don't believe what you're saying.
Can't be really in.
Can't not be really in if you're not following these dudes.
Right.
High level MCs, guys. And this is what I want to really put on display about the people we talked to today is if you're in hip hop and you think that this has to be a short road or you're on a clock, stop thinking that.
Yes.
All these guys,
Please.
I mean, what is the message of the night? It's when you settle into who you are, things start clicking. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it.
Right.
Because everybody is one song away from that next big thing. That's just the reality of it. And why wouldn't you keep playing that game over and over again, at least with yourself, challenging yourself, taking yourself up a level? And dudes like Mike Bles and Kahlee are now... That's proof positive that those things are actually real, right? And that those things are growing right now in the culture. That's why I wanted both of these dudes together, because it is an example of what's happening in the culture. The age gap, the age argument, that shit's over, man. It's played out. Everybody knows it's played out. The only people who stick to that are people who don't actually know how art is made. That's just the truth. Art grows, art matures, and art always evolves. And hip hop is art.
It's life.
We won't take none of that nonsense anymore that we don't make art. We make art. Mike Bless makes art. Kahlee makes art. That's what this is. And that grows with the person making it. So please keep tuning in. Again, if this was your first time tuned in here, shout out to you.
Yes, salute.
You guys are dope.
Thank you.
If you caught this on the live, shout out to you, crazy motherfuckers. Always catching shit on the live. You're can't wait till Monday, motherfuckers.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Vic Von P.
Hey.
Rubik's One.
Hey.
Or Uno.
Uno.
You know what I'm saying? Holding down the chat room. Long hair 5150. Melly Moreno up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. Guys, we are here every Sunday, 7 p.m. till right around now, I guess.
Yeah. It happens.
Hold on though, dude. There was some stuff that I want. I saw some videos during the week and I put them in my little folder.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I want to talk to Eddie.
Oh no.
About some of these things, but we have because we're not getting out of here without our review.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get my phone, but yeah.
If you guys don't know, we did a challenge last week. Or actually, it was 2 weeks ago now.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Look, here's the idea. OG Hip Hop Eddie, he don't watch anything. He don't watch shows. He don't know what's popping on the shows. He don't care about your Marvel shit. HBO. I know. So we had to like cue him in to something new. So we tried to come up with a show that he could watch and then report back to us.
Right. Give
us a review of the show. So we gave him the show, and this is so you guys can watch along with Hip Hop Eddie. He started on HBO's Barry with Bill Hader from SNL fame. Amazing show about a hitman who has a change of lifestyle. That's the best way to sum it up. I don't want to give it away if you've never watched it, but you can start watching it now. And how many episodes did you get down?
2.
So he got the first 2 episodes down. So you can catch up by next week because he's going to jump into the next 2 episodes.
Oh, 2? No, 1. Man.
No, you got to go 2.
Because we were, yeah.
Well, how many episodes are there in the season?
I did start 3, man. I did start 3. So, okay.
Okay, so yeah, so he's going to do 3 and 4 next week. Today he's got 1 and 2. You want to get your phone or whatever?
Yeah, I got my little boy. I took notes, man. I had to take notes because my brain loses it.
Dude, I'm dying to hear it. So go get your phone, and I'm gonna bring up some videos right now.
All right, man. I'll be back.
Okay. Let me see here, guys. I've been I keep a little because I think about you guys when I'm not doing the show. I think about you guys. Oh, what I definitely wanted to talk to, and it's cool that Gene's here. Me and Gene will talk about it while Eddie's doing this. Gene, what do you hear about this this Young Thug thing going on?
Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kitchen,
and Gunna too, right?
Time in the last few hours on a RICO
For the sake of not being pulled into the RICO, I'm going to plead the 5th.
This comes less than 24 hours after Young Thug appeared in court on these charges for the first time. More than 25 people are listed on the same indictment as Young Thug, and in it, prosecutors used the rapper's own lyrics as evidence.
Okay, so we're back on this thing again.
We're back on it again. The lyrics accusation.
Yeah. So for people, especially you youngins, you under 30s, this has come up many times throughout the years. Song lyrics have been used, or people have tried to use song lyrics to prosecute people for actual crimes. And that's a sticky situation, guys. Let's be honest. We're talking about freedom of speech stuff. And I know, trust me, I'm hearing the groans. I hear you guys, you curmudgeon motherfuckers. But he was talking about murder, and so was NWA. NWA killed at least 30 people on every record. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why this is sticky. Whether or not they are attached to real crimes, that's unfortunate. If they are, that's unfortunate, and that's sad.
Yes.
That's very sad. I think that's sad because if these guys got themselves involved in something I can tell you as a lifelong artist, I look at the situation and I go, man, guys, you made it. You got out of the gutter. You got to the spot. You got money. You can feed your family. You can do all these things. And now it's gone because of some crime? Man.
And all the families that are associated.
All the families, all the employees of these people employ other people. There's people without a job now. And again, I can hear the groans. Yeah, I hear you guys. They deserve it. They're in trouble. They're... Yeah. But even so, that sucks. It's very sad that a lot of people have essentially lost their lives to what we're seeing, apparently RICO charges. RICO charges are, if people aren't familiar with that, that started with the mafia. It's organized crime, basically. They're saying that Gunna and Thug are heads of an organized crime family. And, I mean, there's some serious crimes, some murders. Both guys are claiming innocent. Obviously, we're going to see how this plays out over these next few weeks, but they've been indicted.
That's crazy, man.
And the process has started. And for people who might not know, like Hip Hop Eddie, probably nobody watching I'm talking to you right now, but Hip Hop Eddie doesn't probably actually know who Young Thug and
is that the one on
do you see what I'm saying? So just so you know, Eddie, it's big, if not they're nearish Drake size, like in popularity.
Wow. Oh, okay.
A lot of people reference Thug as an inspiration to the entire genre and the times. You know what I mean? Like all like music nowadays, a lot of people credit Thug for pushing it in that direction. Whatever that means to you, whether that's good or not.
You have a little glimpse of his song? Maybe?
We can't play any of it.
I'll hear it after.
You're gonna have to hear it after, though.
That's okay.
But let's see what else I had to say here.
Studio with us this morning to walk us through the very latest on this one. The layers just keep on getting peeled back on this one, Ariana.
That's correct, Aisha. Many of the charges related to the indictment points to Young Thug's rap lyrics as well as social media posts as evidence. Now, Young Thug's songs and music videos were listed in great detail by Fulton County authorities. Lyrics such as, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body."
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. Now, just a rap lyric, right? Could be just a rap lyric, but it could also be exactly what happened. And that seems where the problem's at, apparently. So let's not pass too much judgment ahead of time. Let's see how this plays out. But nonetheless, man, I hate to see any, I mean, much less minority getting locked up, but like, I hate to see anybody as an artist, man, lose it all on some crime stuff. It wasn't like they weren't successful. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like they were struggling to get placements. These guys are around the Grammys and stuff like this. You think, what do you know? I don't know.
It's crazy, man. It's a crazy mind world that sometimes goes, I think, in their head or something. I don't know. Something's happening.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you can get to a level of success and screw that all up, could we say that there's some mental issue going on there? Yeah, of course. Of course. Obviously, these gentlemen are having hard time putting things into perspective. If anything, right? That way, I'm not saying who's right. I'm not saying who's wrong. But there definitely seems to be a problem with perspective here. And that's unfortunate. So, prayers out to the families affected.
Right.
Let's just say that. The families affected. Let me see what else I had on that list. That was on the list. You know that? Crazy, huh?
I did it, man.
Let me see. Chrissy's the internet list. I don't know. I don't know if we have time to go through
It's
it.
hiding, man. It's hiding.
But anyways, guys, please subscribe, like, share. Oh, you know what? There was some UFO stuff, but I think I'll save it for next week. Because I don't know if you know this, but the hearings, the official congressional hearings begin tomorrow for the UFO phenomenon. And the government is claiming they're going to actually put a group together to study this that has to report publicly. So that's never happened before. So that's kind of interesting. But I will tell you this: I don't want to get too much into this. But if you get a chance, the New York Post on YouTube 3 days ago released a video. It's a series called The Basement, and they're claiming some pretty outlandish stuff, man. They're claiming like they found out it's all fake. I mean, they're making some big statements.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I don't, Eddie. You remember we covered that dude, Luis Elizondo?
Yes.
I mean, they're saying some pretty bad stuff about this dude, and I don't know what to believe. I'd love to get
Maybe the
a
truth is
UFO
really coming
expert
out.
on the show to help us through this. We've talked to a UFO expert before. Maybe we bring a UFO. Eddie, you think we can book somebody
man.
in that world?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, we have some friends in that world. UFO Twitter, stand up. But we need to talk to some experts, man. Because here's the thing: there's one thing about people who are into that stuff and they follow it every day and it's their life.
Mm-hmm.
They might look at that and go like, "Oh, I don't believe that." Well, we're not following that every day. It's confusing. We'd like to know who to believe. Because it's getting more and more confusing.
It's tricky, man.
Are we about to find out that it was all fake from the jump? Then what was it? What was happening? What are we looking at? What are we seeing? I am a UFO experiencer. I've literally talked about this. I actually walked Gene through it last night. I took him to the place where I saw it. I showed him what it looked like. And we've talked to many artists on this show who've said they've had UFO encounters. DJ FM, one of the more famous ones on the show, who's talked about his UFO experience. But anyways, I digress. Next week, we'll talk some UFO stuff. Eddie, are we booked yet? Or do we have people coming up? Is there anything that we can say?
Nothing we can say right now.
Oh,
but
good
yes.
God.
I know.
That means we're chasing people.
It's
Answer your DMs. And by the way, if there's people you want us to talk to on the show of any genre, anything, send us the request over hiphopeddie@gmail.com. He books all the shows on Platform Collection.
Hit me up.
So hit him up. And guys, we'll be back next Sunday.
Hold on, we got the book report for.
Oh, that's right. What am I talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to our now TV show series correspondent, OG Hip Hop Eddie, with the review of episode 1 and 2. Right, Eddie? We're going 1 and 2?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Oh, come on, man. You don't sound on. This is not. This is already. This is already
how
going.
About 1.5 sounds good.
No, what?
Okay, man. All
We
right.
need both episodes, 1 and 2 of Barry on HBO right now.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, OG Hip Hop Eddie, take us away.
All right, man. So Barry, the guy.
Give us a sum up.
Okay, yeah. So
it's a comedy drama, kind of, right?
I'm still not with.
Okay.
I'm not there with the comedy, but
good.
the guy Bill Hader. Bill Hader, he is. I mean, I was like, when I saw him, I was like, wait, is this the show? Because it was. I mean, I just knew him as comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But the scene when it opens is pretty trippy, where he's just
Wait, are you gonna spoil it?
Oh no, I guess I won't. But okay.
Can you just give us a synopsis?
Yeah, I guess it's there's a couple. I mean, I guess I can say the characters.
Okay.
There's Barry, and he's like the killer.
Okay, he's a killer.
And then Fooch is like his like the negotiator guy, the one that gets him the jobs.
Okay.
So
that's his name, Fooch.
Fooch, I think. Yeah, Fooch.
Uh-huh.
Sally.
That's right, Monroe Fooch. Yeah, so far he's right.
Sally.
Sally Reed.
Yeah, I think she's one of the ones that.
Wow.
Like I think they might like each other, but it's like she's the one that's like giving him inspirations too, because he kind of steps into some kind of actor class and which kind of just he's trying to follow, or what is it? How do I say it? He's trying to find his calling or something like that. I guess it goes in something like that where he's trying to find his calling.
Yes.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
Uh-huh.
He's doing out there some, he's doing some killing.
He's killing. Because he's a hired
hitman. Like hitman, yes.
Okay.
And then, but it seems like, people were caring. Like he's never, like I guess they never cared about him when he does this acting stuff. And Sally really.
Wait, what do you mean? Okay, you got to elaborate on that. People don't care about him.
These people they're bad people.
Yeah, well, he goes into not accidentally, but goes into like some acting class where there's the guy that played the Fonz.
Okay.
Plays Gene.
Henry Winkler.
Okay, Henry Winkler.
Yep.
He's in it. He's like an acting
Does
coach.
amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
he's
really
the
good.
acting coach because the person that he needs to kill somehow was going to this
was
class,
going to go
right?
to this class, yes. So he had to go to this class. He was waiting for the guy outside.
Yep.
And then the guy went into this class, and then he's like, man, this guy's almost like taking a long time. Goes in there, kind of accidentally steps into an acting class.
Yep.
Gets to get on stage.
And then he likes it.
Yeah. And by the guy that picks him to go on stage is the one he's supposed to kill.
Oh,
so then he goes, and the guy, he really just basically just stands on stage. The other guy's really doing most of the acting, and then Barry just kind of reads off a script, and they applaud, and it kind of like almost sparks him, like, oh, maybe
like
I do.
maybe he likes this. Maybe there's a chance for him to do a different job than be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that brings episode 1 to a close, or
yeah, I would say that's it. They go, they link up. That girl Sally, I think she almost has like a little crush on him. Because everybody's fighting, and it's like, well, am I an actor, or what is an actor? And they're doubting each other.
Yeah.
And then.
But they think Barry's like a natural.
Yeah, like a natural. Yeah.
But that's because he's actually not acting.
No, he's not acting. He's just being like cold. He's like,
yeah.
I will get you. And
did he kill anybody in the first episode? Did anybody actually get killed?
Yeah. Yes, he killed
his target.
Yeah. No.
Does he kill his target? No.
No, he didn't kill his target because he became friends with the target, and the one that hired him to kill them saw them kind of like talking and hug, and then they were trying to kill Barry, and he ended up just killing them, except for like the main guy. There was like another
because he's like a really good killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then in episode 2, They picks up where him and Fooch, Barry and Fooch, are like.
I love that you know their names, by the way. It's yes.
They're like in a hotel or in a room or something like that, and Fooch is like, how dare they try to kill you? You're whatever, you're my best guy or something like that, and Barry's trying to like get him out of town, but it was like in a sense where he was trying to like protect him, but not protect him because he wanted to go do this acting thing.
Okay.
He wanted to go do this acting thing with Sally, or do some practice with Sally.
Because does he like Sally?
I think he does.
Okay,
but
we'll find out.
I don't know if he knows what liking is because of what his job is.
Because he's so cold.
Yeah,
he's just a cold killer.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where. Wait. Hold on.
Oh man, we got questions.
Here's the question period.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, man.
Quick question.
Question.
Because I've never seen the show.
Oh, good.
Good.
You should go watch it.
From what I've heard by your very detailed synopsis.
Yes.
Did I do good?
Yeah. No. And then it's not over.
Yeah. It's not even over.
It seems like it's a comedy, like killer, like a murder mystery comedy.
Yeah, kinda.
Murder mystery comedy.
It's
like
you know what
it's
funny because it's just he finds himself in a ridiculous situation.
So that's the comedy
like a
part
Dexter
of it,
kind of
then,
show.
right?
I mean, Eddie watched Dexter.
I did, yeah.
Right, that was the one show. That's the only show Eddie's ever watched in his life. Is Dexter, which is scary in itself. Yeah,
that was good too, man.
Is it just like a Dexter?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's a lot, I guess, nicer.
Okay.
In that sense, I mean, he still does some killing. They're both killers, but he's a little bit nicer.
Okay.
This guy, I mean,
how does the second episode? We need to figure out how that wraps up because we're gonna leave them off, and then next week you're starting. Did you not finish the episode?
I did, man. Let me see what I put on my notes here.
Okay.
I just put practicing.
I love the fact
acting,
that you're taking notes.
Practicing acting.
That's all you wrote down.
All I wrote on that one.
Okay, so we're led to assume.
Well, maybe it's like a 1.5. I saw it. It just I might have had to watch. I mean, bro, I gotta be honest, man. The first episode, I think I watched it like 3-4 times.
Just to get it.
I had to because it doesn't go in sometimes, man. To be honest, that's why I got these notes. I mean. And it's or sometimes I watch something and I enjoyed it and I was like, oh, that was cool. But like 2-3 weeks later, I might forget what was on there. So if I don't take notes, which I did, and there were,
right.
Then I
Well,
that's how this brain works sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for OG Hip Hop Eddie, please.
Yes.
He'll be back again with another amazing synopsis.
Yes.
Episodes 3 and 4 of Barry, season 1.
I'm gonna still try to see what the comedy part.
Hey,
is.
let's do this too, guys. If you guys are watching it along with us, because I'm rewatching it. I'm already on the 3rd season, but I'm rewatching it to go along with Eddie. If you guys want to rewatch it with us, and you guys have your own synopsis or your own thoughts, let us know. We'll get you on the show, or send in a video giving us your synopsis. Or just send us a video on your thoughts on Eddie's synopsis, and if it helped you at all, I'm going to tell you. I am going to tell you in the chat room already. They're saying they have no clue what you're talking about.
What is that?
But that's okay though. That's okay.
They're confused.
And this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. We wanted people to grow with you. And so if you're watching the show, please let us know. Let us know if Eddie was on point. Let us know if Eddie is following it correctly. And give us your own synopsis. Yeah. You know, give Eddie some cheat notes.
Please.
You know, tell him, hey, Eddie, you missed this part. And then give him some crib notes. Hey, because let me tell you, I went to college with Eddie. Cheating is not above him. He'll take the notes, give him the notes. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna pass the test.
Yeah, either way, he's passing the test. Okay, yeah. So however
without you,
however you could contribute to that, or you could just stand by it and watch it. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for us. Chris sees the internet because we're lit. And once again, thank you, San Diego, for coming out to our show last night for the Invisible Ponchos. Amazing. Shout out to Art Unites. Shout out to our 2 guests from tonight, Kahlee. Follow him, Kahlee310.
Please.
Microphone Bless. You know what I mean? Follow him, Mike Bless, anywhere on Google, all the good stuff. Follow them. Shout out to Jeffy Obvious, by the way. I know he fucks with Mike Bless heavy. Mm-hmm. He's always putting us on to Mike's music.
Dope.
And one of the reasons we really wanted to have Mike on because Jeffy speaks so highly of him.
Oxnard in the house.
Yep. So guys, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Love each other. Take care. Please. And tune in and subscribe to all the other shows. And we'll stop bothering you, I guess. That was the internet. And Gene, are you taking us out with anything?
Absolutely.
Okay, please, let's hit it, brother. We're out of here.
Get it in.
Hey, Eddie's son's here. Frankie, you want to say anything to the people real quick?
Go over there.
We'll see you next week.
We will see you next week.
There you go.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week.